Action.
Okay, so this technique here is for someone, let's say you're gonna take an MMA fight, right? And you're gonna fight against a jiu-jitsu guy. You're not gonna learn jiu-jitsu in 1 month, 2 months, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But that's to avoid grapplers to dominate you, right? So even though the scenario is kind of weird, but let's say he's the grappler, I'm the striker, right? So let's say he walk up to my legs and he's on the butterfly right here. And he's like holding your knees, boom, and he was able to get to my hips, right? Hold my hips and bring my hips here. If he's a grappler, okay, his main goal is to put my back on the floor and put my hips in, so that way he can pass or even ground and pound. If I'm not a grappler, okay, what's gonna happen? I cannot be in this position right here. If my back is on the floor and my grappling is not so good and he's like a superior grappler, okay, it's pretty much done for me, especially if he has my hips, because I'm gonna try to escape and everything, he's gonna keep it here while he's working on the leg to pass, right? Even worse if he came like ground and pound, right here, even worse, okay? I'm gonna be eating a lot of punches here. So let's go back to the position. So first thing I need to have in mind here, okay? Let's say Mo took me down, and sometimes you're not gonna be able to avoid a takedown, right? He has the head on my chest. First thing I'm gonna try to put the head away from my chest, and I never ever gonna do a guard laying down. I'm never gonna put my back on the floor. So my main goal right here is to be sitting up at all times, right? He's gonna be pulling my hips in, and I'm gonna be here. So first thing I need to do, I need to address right here, right? One thing that I need to be careful as well, sometimes we have the tendency of like he's pulling my hips in, and I'm turning my back here to escape, and right now he's on my back, which is even worse, because he can get control, he can get my back right there. So first thing I'm gonna do when he takes me down, right? First thing, I'm gonna try to put his head away. Second thing right here, okay, as he's pulling my hips in, I'm gonna try to have my hips out, right? And I'm gonna be sitting up at all times. So basically, if I have to switch grips here, okay, and pushing my hips all the way out, I'm gonna be doing that. Since we're talking about MMA, if you're in the middle of the octagon right here, okay, and I keep playing this game, he's going to win for sure. So what I'm gonna have to do right here, I'm gonna try to scoop, okay, until I get to the cage right here, boom, right? Because my back cannot be on the floor. So the only way I can to hold my back is gonna be putting against the wall. So I'm gonna be moving right here. If he keeps pulling and my back touches the floor, right, I have to develop a way to get back up and keep pushing his head away, right, boom. So once I get here, okay, I'm safer, right? He's gonna keep on working on me. He's gonna keep trying to get my legs to do like Khabib style right here, dominate everything and pass, right? So one thing that I need to do here before he starts to do that, he starts to push his head away until I find space. Once I find the space, if my hips are going this way right here, right, I'm gonna try to put immediately, I'm gonna try to put a whizzer right here. The whizzer is not gonna work right away, okay guys? I'm not gonna be able to work the whizzer right away, right? I'm not gonna be able to put the pressure because I'm here, but just to have my head, my arm here, it already helps, right? So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna try to stay on the side, right? If it has a hold on my leg, that's okay. And right now, I'm gonna try to put the opposite knee against the wall so I can make a better base right here. So I'm gonna pull the knee here. It can even be attacking my knee and pulling back. That's okay, right? I can go on the wrist and everything, but he's gonna be pushing. And normally, if he's a good grappler, he's gonna have the head against my chest at all times, right? So what I'm gonna do, when I feel the head against my chest, and right now, since we're a little higher, right now I can use my shoulder. Right on the bottom, it's difficult to use my shoulder, but right now, I can start to put pressure on the shoulder right here, right? So once I do that, what I'm gonna do, this knee was good enough to help, right, to be against the wall. Right now, we're gonna make a switch. So I can use my forearm to push his head away against my chest, and simultaneously, I'm pushing the shoulder against his shoulder right here. I'm putting pressure, right? Right now, this leg right here, my left knee comes, and as I push, I'm gonna lift this knee right here. Okay, he can even go to the leg and everything. If I need to do a little, okay, wrestle the wrist here, I'll do that, so he won't pull back. But my main goal right now is to get up. So as he's putting pressure with the head on my chest, right now, the second leg I come up right here. So right now he's here, he's keeping putting pressure, right? I'm gonna wrestle out the wrist if I can, and keep my base wide open. Never put your legs like this. Once the legs touch each other, okay, you're gonna go down. So I'm gonna have to keep the legs all the way out, right? And keep putting the pressure on the whizzer. That never stops, right? So what I'm gonna do right now, the hand that's on the wrist or that's anywhere else right now, since right now I'm on my feet, right? It goes right here on the head. The wizard, okay? I'm gonna go under his armpit and I'm gonna put it right here. Okay, in case he keeps the head against my chest, what I'm gonna do right now, I'm pushing his head away. So if I'm trying to push him that way, he knows he's pushing back, right? So as soon as he's pushing this way, he pushes back, I'm gonna make a switch. This hand goes here, right? And right now, can you see my legs? I'm making a switch all the way to the other side. And right now I'm out, right? So basically, that's how we're gonna try to avoid. That's gonna require a lot of drilling, right? Not doing one time, 2 times. You need to do several times. Sometimes you have to break it down. First get used to just sitting up, then do a drill just to get to the wall, and then do a specific train just to get up on the wall, and then break it down by detaching and going back on the feet, right? So one more time.